Hello student, in this module we have to know about the European Union, that is one of the organization which you can say that alternative organization of the US. This is come under the chapter new central centers of the power. So when USA and USSR they are the superpower, and after the breaking of the USSR, the USA need someone is needed to stand in against the USA, so that they will give competition to the US, and EU is one of that organization which give a hard competition, which give a tight competition to the USA. So we have in this module I'm going to teach you about the UN, European Union, how it is formed, what are their foundation goals or objectives, and what are their influence in economical way, in military way, or in a diplomatic way, and what was the conflict arises after the making of European Union. So let's start with our chapter, which our module, that is European Union. Now before we go through in the details, first let us take some introduction about the European Union. Now you all know that after the end of the World War II, that is the beginning of the Second World War, there is a question that question of Europe, that the Europe they will should be allowed to revert to its old rivalries, or to be reconstructed with a positive conception of the international relation. That means if one question arises in front of the Europe, that what was the strategy in front of the Europe, whether the Europe will be go for a war with their different countries, or it will be take as a positive chance and they will be included their concept in the international relation. So that is the main question, and in that timing the USA tried to help the Europe. Before we go through with that, one thing which I want to share with you, that after the breaking of the USSR, that is, you all know that there is a two superpower, US and USSR. So after the breaking of the USSR, uh, EU, they Europe totally wanted to get the financial help by the others, because at that timing, after disintegration of Soviet Union, EU, there's a question arises in front of the European Union, that what shall that European Union should be do. Either they will go through with the old rivalries, they will again started the war with the different countries, or they will be recommended with a positive impact, and they will take the help of the others. So basically the EU take the help of the others, and they are made one. So there was created one Marshall Plan. Now what is Marshall Plan? This portion may become for your 1 marks question. It was introduced by the US to provide financial help to the Europe for revival of its economy. After breaking of that, when the Europe are very much coexistence with their financial problems, when the Europe are somehow they are fighted with their for get back to their economic position, in that timing the USA make some financial helps, providing some financial helps under one plan, the plan which is known as the Marshall Plan. So Marshall Plan is a plan where the USA providing all kind of financial help to the Europe for getting back to its economic situation. Now, under the Marshall Plan, the Organization for European Economic Cooperation, that is OECC, that was established in 1948 to provide aid to the Western European states. That means you all know that during the time of the Cold War, that is US and USSR, the Europe that was divided into two parts, one is East Europe, another is West Europe. So this Marshall Plan was giving the help to the West European state, so that in 1948 one organization made for the European Union Corporation, who helped the West European states only, which is come under the USA, because under the Marshall Plan the USA providing the European to get back to its economy. For that reason, they making one OECC, which was established in 1948, and which is giving all kind of facilities, all kind of help which the European West European states needed. Please keep in mind that it's they are helping the West European states. Now we have to know that how the EU formed, or what was the formation of the EU. In 1949, the Council of Europe was formed. We will know the EU formation by the through some timeline. In your NCERT book, there also one timeline are given that how the EU was famed out, and what was the time period before the EU. So we will know a little bit here for getting to know about the establishment of EU. So in 1948, you already learned that there was established OECC. In 1949, the Council of Europe, the Europe make one council in 1949. Then the Europe created in 1957 for economic cooperation with each other. They created one European Economic Community who are cooperated for the financial matter. Afterwards, for getting the political dimension, for getting the politics, they create one European Parliament. And finally, when the USSR, they are collapsed in 1991. With that, in 1992, there's the birth of the European Union. We can say that European Union was established in 1992 through the signing of the Treaty of Maastricht. Treaty of the Maastricht is not in your syllabus, it is only given in the timeline of your NCERT book. So go through with that. Maybe for MCQ or for the fill in the blanks it will be asked, but not for the full marks. So the collapse of the USSR resulted in signing of the Treaty of the Maastricht in 1992, and that is the birth of the European Union. Now let's know something about the European Union. Originally, if you see the map in your book, there's a two group which is divided. One is the old members of the European Union, and the blue map, which is the new member. So the originally there is a 12 nation who were the members of the EU. Later it was joined by the post-Soviet Republic also. So before the disintegrations of the USSR, there is already the 12 nation, they were the members of the EU. But after the disintegration, that is the post-Soviet Republic, then the others member, that is a new member like Poland, Hungary, Estonia, these all are the members. Those who are in a blue, they are joined our EU, that is the European Union. Now talk about little bit about the flag. This in your board examinations, in the paragraph on the cartoon, maybe some question will become related to the flag, or for the MCQ or if in the blank. So let's just study the flag of the EU. The circle of the in the EU, they are in the flag, there is a 12 stars are there, which is in a circle. So the circle of the gold star is stand for the solidarity and the harmony of the peoples of Europe, means they are binding their unity that is showing in their flag. And basically, for according to the traditional of the Europe, 12th number is it has 12 star, which is as a number of symbolized as a perfection, which is number as symbolized as a completeness and unity. So in traditionally of the Europe, 12 number is represent to their perfection, to their completeness and the unity. And for that reason, in the EU flag, they create the circle of the gold stars. Now we have to know the three things, that is the foundational goal. Means when the European Union that was formed, they basically make the European Union for achieving the three important goals, which is known as the foundation goal. The first goal is common foreign and security policy. Means they wanted to sharing their common policies, they wanted to share their common say for policies or foreign policies, and they want to secure their policies from their non-members of their countries. Corporations of justice and home affairs. The second goal was the Corporation of the Justice and Home Affairs. They wanted that all the members, among all the members, there should be the corporation, there should be justice, and their home affairs, whatever the policy strategies, whatever they want to do, that should be in a corporate way. No kind of war were created in that, in among their members. And the third one is that creation of a single currency. Here the single currency, they wanted that their currency should be goes increase and should be enhanced, their status should be enhanced, their currency in all over the world, and that is euro. So they take three main goals, that is the common foreign policies or security of their policies, cooperation of their justice and home affairs should be equal, and creation of a single currency. They should be follow one particular currency among all the members country. So these are the three goals. They basically give pressure, they basically give importance to the common foreign and security policy and the creation of a single currency, because they believe that among the members of the states, that is all the countries of EU, they should be follow one particular one particular policies, and they have to secure their policies, and they should be doing their communications of the business or trade with a single currency, that is euro. Now the euro have the three different parts. The first part, that is the influence, that is political and diplomatic influence. So let's know about what are the political and diplomatical influence of EU. Two members of EU, that is Britain and France, hold permanent seats on the UNSC. If you remember from your previous classes, that is from class 9, the United Organization, there has two kinds of security council. One is permanent group, another is non-permanent group. So if you remember that in permanent group you get 5 members in a permanent group, and in the non-permanent group there is a 10 members which is re-elected, which is selected after every 2 years. So Britain and France is among the 5 members, and if you imagine that the Britain and France who are included, who are in is a member of the EU, they hold a permanent seat in United Nations of Security Council. So ultimately among the 5, 2 members are the member of the EU, that is European Union. Next one is that the non-permanent members of the UNSC, that is also included in several times. EU always in every 2 years are giving the suggestion or establishing their members as a non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council. Even EU has its own flag, its anthem, founding date, and currency also. So you can say that just like another countries or just like the USA, EU also have its own flag, anthem, founding date, and currency. But there's one problem is that the EU are failed to create their constitution. Still they have a flag, anthem, founding date, currency, political, economical, diplomatic, military features, but still they are failed to establish their constitutions. Even for creating the political influence, for doing that, they created some kind of common foreign policies which they have to deal with the other nation, and they also secured their policy so that whenever they're dealing with the other states, then their policy should not be collapsed, their policy should not be hacked and taken by anyone, and their deals and their policies with the other nations should be same with the different nation of the world. Even they are using the diplomacy, economic investment. They believe that we should not be, that EU should not be focused on the area, area or on the path of the military force or by any kind of aggression. They wanted to use their power in diplomacy. They wanted to use economic investment and negotiation so that they will be affected more rather than using the military force or the coincide, that is the aggression. EU always try to run their path just like what the China do on the human rights and environmental degradation. China was always believed to give importance to the human rights and environmental degradation, as similarly the EU wanted to focus and capture the world through the diplomacy, economic investment and negotiation rather than military force and aggression. So these are the political and diplomatic influence of the EU. Now we have to know the EU military influences. What are the military procedures? If you this is the one of the things is that EU, that is European Union combined armed force, are the second largest force in the world. After the USA, there's a second number held by the EU military. Even the what the USA spending on their defense, the EU also spend a lot of money, a huge amount of portion on the defense, but it comes after USA. So EU also spending their total money on the defense, but in a second number after the US. Even the two members of the states, that is Britain and France, they also have the nuclear weapons. Approximately 550 nuclear warheads they have. So basically the EU, European Union, also have the huge amount of nuclear weapons. It also, you can say, after the NASA, it is also the second most important source of space and communication technology. So you can imagine that EU is so much strong that it has second largest force in the world. It also spending huge amount of money in their defense. It have nuclear arsenals, and it is the second most important source of space and communication technology. So by this way, the European Union's military influence is much stronger just after the US. Now we have to talk about little bit about the economic influence. EU is the world's biggest economic with a GDP of 12 trillion dollar in 2005, which is slightly larger than the US. So if you go through with the previous slides in the first, in the beginning of the chapter, beginning of this topic, I told you that the USA are trying to help the economical position, to get back the economical position of the Europe. That's why they are making the Marshall Plan. But now in this here you get an idea that after helping so much, that right now the European Union is the world's biggest economics of a GDP, which is larger than the USA also. So how much the European Union covered its growth, covered is the path of the growth in the economical way, in the military way and in the political way also. Its shares of the world trade in 3 times larger than the US. Now suppose if I am giving an example, like this blue portion, if it is for the other countries share in the world trade share, and this portion, the pink portion, is the USA. So this is 1/3 of the USA. How much? That means the pink portion, if this much portion the USA shares have in the world trade, then there's a 3 times larger than USA. That means first, second, third. So this, up to this much shares are included in the European, that is a 3 times larger than the US. Its currency, that is euro, can also be a threat in front of the US dollar, because before the European Union, the USA, they are dominated the world through its currency by investing the monies, and everywhere the dollars are very much important, and it is much more than any other currency. But after the European Union, the euro, they get a they replace the dollar, and it becomes a very much trade in front of the US dollar, because the European Union, they try to establish the one single currency of their members. And also its economic power gives its influence over its closest neighbor. Not only with their members they are helping of Europe, but also the EU also helping the Asian and Africa, as well as their neighborhood countries also. It also function as an important bloc, just like international economic institution like the WTO. So you all know that World Trade Organizations are working for the USA, and it helps lots of peoples by giving them lots of nations by giving by helping with the finance or uh, by giving the trade license or business, giving a policies of the business. But EU also right now give a tight competition and giving a important block. Right now it's function as an important block in the international economic institution, just like a WTO. Now the previous, after this political influence, economical influence and the military influence, right now we have to you all get an idea that how much the EU are growth in the society in our nation after the breaking of the USSR, and how much it give a tight competition to the US, and even it's a threat to the US. But after making of made of EU, somehow it's also conflict arises in inside of the EU. What are that conflicts we have to know in here? In many areas, the member state, those who have their own foreign relation and defense policy, they don't right now they don't want it to the EU's foreign policy or their policies. They wanted to defense. They wanted to create their own relation with the other nation and try to establish their own policy rather than making the EU. Germany and France were not a part of the coalition of the willing against Iraq. If you remember the Iraqi invasion, where the USA, so many countries are rejected to attack on the USA. So USA will collaborate its nation with the 40 countries to attack on the Iraq invasion. But in that 40 countries, the Germany and the France, they neglected not to included in the collaboration and to attack on the Iraq. Even there is a deep-seated Euroscepticism in Denmark. Denmark and Sweden, they don't wanted to take euro as their common currency. Now they wanted their own currency, and for that reason there is some conflict arises with the EU. And finally, the Britain, who is one of the important member of the EU, they also give that kind of initiative so that they will leaving the EU and they make their own individuals or sovereign nation. So these are the module where you learn about the EU's formation, its background, its three types of influence and the conflicts. So this is the total module of the European Union organizations.